Once you have completed to install the Bestbath shower and you have a multi-piece unit, the next step is going to be walls. Now before you begin to install the walls, you need to make sure that your framing is plumb, that all your studs are perpendicular to the floor, and that there's no bow in them. So with a long straight edge, place that on there at each stud. I'm just going to estimate kind of where the studs would be. And then so you're going to want to check that they're plumb this way, but that they're also flat along this side. So it doesn't have a belly. More importantly, it would be the belly instead of like a low. So yeah, you want to check that out in all the walls, left, right, and back wall. So once you check your framing that it's plumb and that they're flat, the next thing to do is going to be to grab that either the lower back wall if you have a 5-piece multi-piece, or the back wall if you have a 4-piece multi-piece or a 3-piece multi-piece. The way that you tell if you have that lower back wall, in this case for us, is you're going to have these pins, and then these pins are going to help with the alignment of the upper back wall, which we'll show you in the next steps. So you're going to grab the lower back wall, you're going to place it on top of the pan, and you got to align this edge with this edge of the pan. From then you're going to pre-drill into the nailing flange, and then you're going to attach it with some screws. I've already pre-drilled mine, so I'm just going to go ahead and screw this to the framing. You're going to want to do this at each stud. So just imagine where the studs would be for your application. And then we'll proceed to do the upper back wall. So after you've done installing your back wall, you're going to proceed to grab your upper back wall. You can see that this has some holes, and these are the holes that are going to align with the pins from the lower back wall to that. So that's going to make installation pretty easy. So we're just going to grab our wall. Set on top of those pins. Just like this. Should be able to see a nice seam. Yeah, not a whole lot of space there, so that's what you want to see, is a nice seam. From here you're going to proceed to attach these again at the nailing flanges to each stud. So now we're going to apply some power grab. This comes with your units. So this is used for the wall installation. Do not get this mixed up with the epoxy. Do not get this mixed up with the silicone. This is just some construction adhesive. We're going to apply it behind this clip and then the flange, the nailing flange. So you're just going to apply a dollop right behind it. And you're going to do this for all your spring clips. So in my case, I have 5 spring clips, so you would apply a dollop behind each of those spring clips. So when you're getting ready to install your plumbing wall, you got to realize that this front edge of the wall is going to line up with this front edge of the base. And then the lower edge of this wall is going to line up with this edge in the base. So keeping that in mind, when you're measuring for your plumbing, so you can cut your hole in the wall, you're going to measure from left to right from the base, so you can transfer this line up, measure left to right there, mark that dimension, and then this dimension you're going to mark it on your wall. You're going to cut from this face again. You're going to do the same thing for up and down. So you're going to go from the base to wherever your valve is, and then you're going to do the same on the wall. Just like that. So I just finished screwing the sidewall in. You know, I got some screws to the framing, a couple things just to check again. The front edge of my wall is in line with the front edge of my base. The gap down here is it's a nice joint. This wall over here, and then if you have the subway or any other tile, you need to make sure that those tiles align. So my tiles are aligning, so it's good to go. So from here, you're just going to proceed to do the same thing with your other side wall. Again, just make sure that the front of the wall aligns to the front of the base. So when you finish installing the last wall, you want to take your straight edge or your level again. Just make sure that you're still plumb. And do this for each of the walls, just to ensure that the installation went correctly. And then once you determine that the installation went correctly, the last thing to do is going to be to silicone all the joints. Now the important thing about siliconing the joints, especially when you get down to the base, Bestbath showers have this divot here called the weep hole. It is very important for you not to seal this weep hole when you're siliconing. You're going to have some issues, or you could possibly have some issues if you do silicone the weep hole. But other than that, you're finished installing the Bestbath shower.